I want to begin today with a question. Not a rhetorical question, mind you. A genuine, empirical, historically verifiable question. What do you have in your hand right now? Or on your desk? Or cooling beside your laptop in the cafe where, let's be honest, at least a third of you are listening to this instead of attending in person? Coffee. The answer, statistically, is coffee. And what is open on the screen in front of you? What have you consulted in the last 48 hours to draft an email, summarize a document, generate a cover letter, or ask whether a particular symptom requires a doctor's visit? An AI model. Probably one of several. Today, I want to argue, and I want to argue this carefully, methodically, and with full citation of the relevant literature, that these two things are not merely habits you happen to share. They are the same phenomenon. Coffee and artificial intelligence are structurally, biochemically, economically, and philosophically identical. They differ only in substrate. One runs on water and roasted seeds. The other runs on electricity and the collected written output of the human species. But they are solving the same problem, serving the same function, and producing, I would suggest, the same kinds of side effects. I will allow a moment for that to settle. Let us begin, as any serious academic investigation must, with history. Coffee was first cultivated in the Ethiopian highlands, likely in the 9th century, though the precise dating is complicated by the fact that the people who discovered it were understandably more interested in drinking it than in keeping records. It reached the Arabian Peninsula by the 15th century, and the coffee houses of Constantinople, Cairo, and Mecca became centers of intellectual and political exchange so vibrant and, frankly, so subversive that the Ottoman authorities periodically attempted to ban them. The first European coffee houses appeared in Venice in 1645. By the 1660s, London alone had over 300 of them. These establishments charged a penny for entry and provided unlimited coffee, the newspapers of the day, and access to the kind of conversation that would, over the following century, produce the Enlightenment, modern banking, the insurance industry, and a number of ideas considerably better than modern banking and the insurance industry. The Lloyd's of London insurance market began as a coffee house. The New York Stock Exchange traces its origins to a gathering of merchants under a buttonwood tree, but the serious organizational work happened indoors, over coffee. I mention this not to endorse either institution, but to illustrate the productive range of outcomes that extended caffeine-fueled conversation can generate. Now, artificial intelligence. I will spare you the full history. You have all been reading about it obsessively for the past 3 years, but I want to note a structural parallel. The development of large language models emerged from research institutions and was rapidly adopted by commercial entities. It spread first among technically sophisticated users, then outward to the general population with remarkable speed. It generated immediate moral panic among authorities who were not entirely sure what it was, but were fairly confident it was dangerous. And it became, within an extraordinarily short period, completely normalized infrastructure for daily intellectual life. Remind you of anything? Charles II of England, in 1675, issued a royal proclamation suppressing the coffee houses on the grounds that they were places where the disaffected met and spread scandalous reports concerning the conduct of His Majesty and his ministers. I invite you to read any major newspaper from 2023 with the word AI substituted for coffee house and observe that the resulting document is, sentence by sentence, essentially unchanged. The pattern is not new. The stimulant is new. The anxiety is eternal. Now let's talk about the biochemistry of attention. Caffeine in the original attention mechanism. Let me get technical for a moment. Those of you from the natural sciences will find this familiar. Those of you from the humanities will find it briefly uncomfortable before it becomes clear. I promise there is a point. Caffeine, chemically 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine, operates by blocking adenosine receptors in the brain. Adenosine is a neuromodulator. It accumulates as a byproduct of neural activity throughout the day and binds to receptors that promote drowsiness and reduce neural firing rates. It is, in a very real sense, the brain's off switch. Caffeine is structurally similar enough to adenosine that it binds to the same receptors without activating them. It occupies the keyhole without turning the lock. The result is sustained arousal, elevated heart rate, enhanced concentration, and the subjective experience of being genuinely interested in a Monday morning. The transformer architecture, which underlies every major language model in current use, GPT, Claude, Gemini, and their descendants, contains a mechanism called self-attention. This is not a metaphor. It is a precise mathematical operation. The model, when processing an input sequence, calculates the relevance of every token to every other token and uses this calculation to weight its representation of the text. In plain language, the model learns what to pay attention to. Now, consider what caffeine does. It prevents the brain from not paying attention. And consider what the transformer's attention mechanism does. It determines what should receive attention. Both mechanisms, one biochemical, one computational, are solving an identical problem. In a field of overwhelming input, what matters? This is not a loose analogy. This is, I would argue, the same solution to the same problem implemented in different materials. The universe of human cognitive challenges can be divided, with remarkable completeness, into those that require more attention and those that require more coffee. The overlap is, as I said, considerable. Hallucination and the fourth cup. I want to address a phenomenon that receives considerable press coverage and considerably less nuanced treatment: AI hallucination. Large language models, when queried on topics outside their training distribution or when prompted in ways that create ambiguity, will generate text that is fluent, confident, and factually incorrect. They will cite papers that do not exist. They will produce statistics that are plausible but invented. They will do this without any visible hesitation or reduction in the apparent certainty of their output. This is what we call hallucination, and it is one of the central technical challenges in deploying these systems reliably. I want to submit to you that we have a biological equivalent, and that most of you have experienced it personally. Consider the state of a person who has consumed, let us say conservatively, 4 cups of coffee across a working day and is now attempting to complete a complex task at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They are technically awake. Their speech is fluent. Their confidence is, if anything, elevated. But the outputs they are generating, the emails they are writing, the arguments they are constructing, the decisions they are making, have drifted significantly from ground truth. The content is locally coherent. The overall architecture is questionable. Both the AI and the over-caffeinated knowledge worker share this property. Their failures are not random noise. They are systematic errors that pattern as confident sense. This makes them considerably more dangerous than simple incompetence, and considerably more difficult for a manager to detect. I note, without further comment, that managers in both cases tend to review the outputs only superficially. Now this is important. The economics, the market for stimulated output, the premium tier. The global coffee market was valued at approximately $495 billion in 2023. This is not, by the standards of contemporary technology markets, a small number. What is structurally interesting about this market is its stratification. At the commodity end, Robusta coffee, traded in bulk, commanding a few dollars per kilogram, consumed by the institutional leader in offices where the machine was purchased at a procurement auction. At the premium end, single-origin specialty Arabica, traceable to a specific farm, a specific harvest year, a specific processing method, retailing at $20, $30, $50 per 250 grams, accompanied by a tasting note that may or may not use the word terroir without irony. The AI market is structurally identical. Open-source base models are freely downloadable. Fine-tuned commercial models occupy the middle tier. Frontier proprietary models, and you know which ones I mean, are available via API at pricing that, at scale, produces invoices capable of restructuring a startup's entire financial position. The premium tier is objectively superior in certain measurable benchmarks. Whether the marginal improvement justifies the marginal cost is a question that is debated extensively by those who cannot afford it, and considerably less by those who can. In both markets, the premium product is purchased not only for its performance characteristics, but for what its consumption signals. A flat white from a third-wave roaster and a Claude Opus API call perform the same social function. They communicate that the consumer is the kind of person who takes quality seriously. This is worth something. How much is worth is determined by the market. The market has decided quite a lot. The productivity claim. Both industries rest on a foundational productivity claim, and I want to examine this claim with the care it deserves. Coffee's productivity claim is this: that caffeine, by blocking adenosine receptors and increasing arousal, enables humans to work longer, concentrate more deeply, and perform better on cognitive tasks than they would in its absence. The scientific literature broadly supports this for tasks requiring sustained attention, vigilance, and short-term memory consolidation. A 2002 meta-analysis in psychopharmacology, and I am citing this in full because I find it vindicating, demonstrated significant performance improvements on vigilance tasks, with effect sizes comparable to a full night of adequate sleep, which caffeine, of course, is also actively preventing you from getting. There is a circularity here that I will leave as an exercise. AI's productivity claim is this: that language model assistance enables knowledge workers to complete tasks faster, at higher quality, and at greater scale than they could unaided. GitHub Copilot reported in 2023 that developers using AI code completion completed specified tasks 55% faster than controls. McKinsey Global Institute estimated that generative AI could automate between 60 and 70% of work activities across professional domains. These figures have been cited in approximately 100% of AI vendor pitch decks and approximately 0% of actual quarterly earnings calls, which perhaps tells us something. My position is not that either claim is false. My position is that both claims are true in controlled conditions and considerably more complicated in the field, and that the gap between the controlled condition and the field is where most of human working life actually takes place. Coffee does not make you smarter. It makes you more awake to whatever level of intelligence you already possess. AI does not make your thinking better. It makes the expression of your thinking faster. And if your thinking is unclear, it will express that unclarity with remarkable fluency. Both tools amplify what is already there. Choose accordingly. Now we have to talk about the ethics and the supply chain. I want to spend a few minutes on a topic that is, in my experience, addressed in conference presentations, included in ESG reports, and then quietly left there: the supply chain. Approximately 125 million people are employed in coffee production globally. The majority of them are smallholder farmers in Ethiopia, Brazil, Colombia, Vietnam, and across Southeast Asia and Central America. The economics of coffee are such that a kilogram of specialty coffee that retails for 40 euros in a Berlin cafe was purchased from its grower for, typically, a fraction of that amount. This is not a secret. It has been documented extensively. The fair trade movement emerged precisely to address it. It has had measurable, if modest, impact. The AI supply chain contains a structurally analogous dynamic. The development of frontier language models depends heavily on human labor for data annotation, content moderation, and the reinforcement learning from human feedback process that shapes model behavior. A significant portion of this work is performed by contractors in Kenya, the Philippines, and India, at rates that bear no resemblance to the compensation received by the researchers whose names appear on the model papers. This has been documented, it has been discussed at conferences, it is included in AI ethics frameworks. The frameworks are, as yet, more numerous than the outcomes. I am not suggesting that the coffee industry and the AI industry are uniquely or extraordinarily exploitative by the standards of global capitalism. I am suggesting that both industries have developed sophisticated mechanisms for discussing this situation thoughtfully while continuing it. This is a skill that deserves recognition, even if it does not deserve admiration. The convergence. Why these are the same thing. I want to come now to the central argument, and I want to make it clearly. Coffee and artificial intelligence are not merely analogous. They are functionally convergent. They serve the same population, in the same contexts, for the same purpose, and they are increasingly consumed simultaneously. The knowledge worker at the laptop, in the cafe, in the open-plan office, in the home study that used to be a spare bedroom, has both open at once. The flat white is cooling on the left. The chat interface is open on the right. Neither is optional. Both are infrastructure. Both are metabolized, one biochemically, one cognitively, and converted into the production of text, code, presentations, and decisions of varying quality. Consider the function each serves. Coffee's fundamental purpose is to sustain human attention against the entropy of fatigue. Without it, the brain seeks rest. With it, it continues. It does not create capacity that does not exist. It delays the moment when the existing capacity runs out. AI's fundamental purpose is to extend human output beyond what the individual, alone and unaided, could produce in a given time. It does not create intelligence that does not exist. It extends the reach of the intelligence that is already there. Both are, at their philosophical core, tools for maintaining the fiction that we can produce more than we naturally can. Both are coping mechanisms for an economy that has structured its expectations of human output around the assumption that such tools will be used. The knowledge economy did not build its productivity assumptions around what humans can do without coffee. It built them around what humans can do with it. We are now watching the same process happen with AI, and it will take approximately the same amount of time, perhaps 20 years, before the new baseline expectation is fully baked into institutional structures and no one remembers that the baseline was ever different. This is not a criticism. Humans have always used tools to extend their natural capacities. The hand uses the hammer. The mind uses writing. The attention uses caffeine. The output uses AI. Each extension becomes, in time, so normalized that its absence is perceived as incapacity rather than its presence as augmentation. I find this remarkable. I suspect you should too. Conclusions and what comes next. Let me close with what I believe follows from this analysis. First, if you want to understand what AI is doing to knowledge work, study what coffee did to knowledge work in the 17th and 18th centuries. The coffee house did not merely provide a stimulant, It provided a new social infrastructure for information exchange that restructured intellectual life across Europe. AI is doing the same thing at a different speed and scale. The pattern is not unprecedented. It is accelerated. Second, the dependency question deserves more honest treatment than it currently receives. Regular coffee consumers who stop abruptly experience withdrawal symptoms. Regular AI users who lose access report significant difficulty completing tasks they previously managed unaided. We should discuss this not with alarm, but with clarity. Tools that become infrastructure produce dependency. That is what infrastructure means. The question is not whether to prevent dependency, but how to ensure the infrastructure is reliable, equitable, and genuinely serving its stated purpose. Third, the ethical questions raised by both industries about labor, about environmental impact, about the distribution of value are not peripheral. They are structurally embedded in the economics of both systems. Coffee is cheap because the people who grow it are not paid what their labor is worth. AI is powerful because the people who labeled its training data were not paid what their labor is worth. These are connected facts, not coincidences, and they will require more than conference discussions to address. And finally, the next time someone asks you, with the particular tone of mild condescension that tends to accompany such questions, whether you really need that coffee, or whether all this AI is really necessary, or whether these things are changing us in ways we haven't thought through, the answer is yes, probably, and we are thinking it through right now. We have the coffee to sustain the attention required. We have the AI to help structure the argument. And we have, I would suggest, sufficient historical precedent to be cautiously optimistic that we will figure it out. Humanity has metabolized stranger substances and stranger technologies and emerged, more or less intact, on the other side, more or less. Thank you. Questions from the floor will be taken after a short break. There is, of course, coffee. Lecture notes and disclaimer. If you have listened this far, you have my utmost respect. This lecture is a work of academic satire. All references to published studies are factually accurate. All conclusions are the author's own. The Institute for Caffeinated Computation Studies, ICCS, does not formally exist, though the author considers this primarily a funding problem. This text is optimized for spoken delivery and for upload to AI-assisted podcast generation tools, which the author finds philosophically appropriate given the subject matter. Copyright 2026 ICCS. Reproduction permitted with attribution. Reproduction over a cup of inferior coffee is permitted but regretted.